Today is going to be talking about Google's quote unquote new AI search bar and what it can mean for SEO.
Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Up in My Business. I am super excited to be recording this today. Long and the short here, I'm recording on Friday. I'm laughing because I was like, I'm not going to do this to myself again. But this is like working out for me. So I feel like Friday, but I'm going to switch it to Thursday in August. I'm just like actively putting my schedule in order for August and changing a few things. I keep saying like things are going to change in my business, but it's mostly for my side of things. I just rebuilt my entire schedule. I have been rocking with the same schedule since, early last year. And so I felt like it was time to really assess it, move things around, get things in order. So I've been working on that. And I'm going to be putting the podcast recording on Thursdays, but until that happens, hopefully just making sure I get it done on Friday. But today I have to record 2 episodes because we're going to be gone next week for my mom's birthday and celebrating my mom's birthday. So with all that being said, nothing really new to update you on except for I have been talking about a Google Ads course, and I think it's basically just how to set up your Google Ads as a health and wellness practitioner. And I have some folks who are interested in the course. I'm having up to 8 people in the first round, and I'm going to have it open from Monday through Thursday of next week. Maybe Friday. I don't know. Probably Thursday though. I would like to be done with it when I am traveling and have everything be squared away. Because how I'm running it is you're going to get immediate access to the course, or they are, and then we have one Q&A call a month and a half from now because I want to make sure they're able to get the course done and like do the things. So anyway, with that being said, this might be the only time I run it. Like genuinely, I'm saying that, I don't know what's going to happen. So if you're not on that interest list, stay tuned. It may open up publicly, but genuinely it may never. I'm running it because I said I would, and I do think it's incredibly useful. My hesitation is always the long term, and I just want it to feel good for the people who take it. And after they take it, they're able to assess things and change things. And I think I had to divorce myself from the fact that this is not a teach you everything course. Like that's not what this is. So anyway, but I think I'm really good at teaching the tech stuff. So that stuff I'm okay with. It's more or less just like my whole goal was to get people from not doing it at all to doing it without feeling like they have to pay a agency like me or a person like me or a big agency to do it. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, personal stuff, I did post some question box because I want to be one, respectful, but also 2, not gaslight myself. So 1, respectfully, I do not have like full blown POTS, and I know that I don't because I cannot, the symptoms that are associated with POTS, it's not something that I experience every day. But I experience POTS related symptoms in very specific situations / scenarios, times, etc. But it's not like a constant worry for me. It's like if I'm doing volleyball in the heat for too long, that's when it happens. So I felt like I shouldn't say POTS because people are going to think I have POTS or I'm diagnosed with POTS. I'm not, but I have POTS like symptoms, and I am likely going to be booking a session with Meg Coppell. She's like the neuro queen, and she she really thinks it has something to do with my eyes and my writing reflex, which I agree. She just noticed some things in my videos and she was like, hey, not to like overstep. I don't want to overstep, which I deeply appreciate. And also she could never overstep. But I was like, absolutely. If you see something, I trust you. I can't, like, I tell you, I've said that on the podcast, like I love treating concussion vestibular, but I can't assess myself. And like, I also will tell you that I'm not the person who is going to be saying, yes, I am the person who's going to be able to problem solve this. Like, no. So I'm probably going to be working with her to figure out what we can actually do to hopefully fix it. Because even tracking my heart rate and all that stuff, I'm like, cool. Like, I know my heart rate is elevated. That's not news to me. But I do think that there's some eye stuff that is contributing to it. I do think I had undiagnosed torticollis. I do think my what I think is straight as far as like my head is not where it is. Like my writing reflex definitely came into play. And then I have scoliosis. So all of that stuff has taken, a toll, if you will, on my visual vestibular system. And when you're tracking a ball in the air for hours upon hours, and then you get that sensory overload, mismatch, whatever, and then you add heat, as Megan had told me, like that can happen. So anyway, just looking forward to figuring that side out, even if there's just like something that I can add to my, warm up or whatever to help me. I'm excited to see what she's got. So there's that. Other than that, nothing else new to report. Everything is same old, same old. Our neighbors threw us over some banana bread today, and I love when they do that. That's the best. They are the best. So let's dive right into the episode because it's going to be short. Like I already did an Instagram story about it, and it's annoying to me. When I say it's annoying, the reason talking about this is annoying is because marketing people are taking, they're using this as a way to sell their services. And I think that's messed up. Meaning they're saying SEO is changing. You need to hire us to figure it out. And it's annoying to me. That is annoying to me. So what's going on is, geez, I have like something stuck in my throat. Okay, how do I want to start this? Google has made updates. So Google has been making updates. They make updates all the time. But one of the big things they've made an update to is their search bar. So their search bar is now fully powered by AI. If you have been in search the last 3 months, at least for me, this has been it's been like this. So what it means is that it's just integrating more AI into search. It's not becoming ChatGPT. There are still Google search results. It's just taking into account, it's just being more AI generated and, allowing for the AI summary to pop up first and have an expanded view and what have you. So the reason I'm not going deep into what it is, what you need to know is that the search bar exists still. People can still type searches into Google, and they have AI integrated into the search results now, and it's going to use AI to scan the internet and find the best solution. Okay. So this has been the case in what Google has done for a bazillion years. So the reason why I get up in arms about it is because, number one, this has been a thing forever, right? So we have known that Google puts the best results in front of people forever. That's the whole point of SEO. So now with AI, what's really cool with AI is people are able to ask different types of questions. They don't have to type hairdresser near me. They can type, I am a blonde looking for a blonde specialist in Redondo Beach, right? So they can type a more specific search result or more specific question to get a more specific search result. What this means for people who are trying to come up in search is a couple of things. Number one is that nothing has changed, right? So if you want to come up in the AI search results section, the AI search results section, in order to come up in that, you have to do SEO work. The AI section pulls from your website. So if you are not actively doing SEO work and working on your website, building content, etc., then you are not actively doing the work that is required to come up in AI search. Okay. It can happen by accident. Don't get me wrong. Like someone could say, well, I didn't do any SEO work and I'm coming up in AI search. Well, guess what? It can happen accidentally, especially if you're in a small area, like 100%. But the other thing is that what this is doing and why I am always like, it didn't change anything. Google has gotten really good over the years at putting the best results in front of people and filtering out the people who are there because they keyword stuffed like crazy. So you can use black hat tactics where you just keyword stuff a bunch of things. You put your town, you put your city, you put your state, you put what profession you are a bazillion times on your website, and hopefully you'll come up. Well, Google has gotten really good at filtering that out and filtering those people out. So what that means is this specific type of search bar, it's just getting better at filtering that out because it's making it so search has to be more specific and it has to be for the person. So one of the things that has been, it's not different, don't get me wrong, is you have to start creating content for a human. And when I say for a human, I genuinely mean for someone who's coming to read a blog post from you, you're talking to them. You're not giving them like an FAQ farm where you're just answering a bunch of questions about something in one blog post. Like you are writing content for a human on the other side. And I think people think that Google, because it's not a person, that it's not smart enough to read the tone of blog posts, but it is. So an example, and this is like one of the easier examples in my head right now, is if I write a newsletter, like me and you talking to each other, if you're on my newsletter family or part of it, you know how I write newsletters. I use, slang terms. I, drag out letters sometimes. My newsletter sounds very different than a corporate hospital newsletter. That's a good thing. One, because I'm a personal brand, but two, if I were to write my blog posts like a hospital system, you could easily say, well, that's stale. It's not for a great person. It's not for the person on the other side. It's basically just answering a question without any experience around it. There's nothing to elaborate on. It's just basically reciting information. That is like bad news bears regardless. You have to do things in a tone and in a way that is for the human on the other side. And that's what this update is really helping with. And here's the thing, which is really cool. The most recent update, and I saw this from an SEOist who does wedding SEO and like photographers, wedding photographer SEO, wedding venue stuff SEO. She was saying that the most recent update for Google has taken big websites like The Knot and pushed them down in search results and is prioritizing individuals. So this is a good thing. Between the search bar and then Google's general updates, small businesses who are doing the work are being rewarded. And I'm not saying this is an automatic by any means, but what I'm saying is that if you're putting in the work and you're a small business and you're actually doing the work, then you're going to get rewarded in this scenario. And Google is going to help you. And not only that, but Google is very, very good at putting the best thing in front of someone. So even if we're thinking about it being quote unquote AI generated, whatever. So even if we say that, we can also say with full certainty that it's also going to put the thing in front of the person that they're going to enjoy reading the most too, which goes into having the who essentially is who has the better content, right? So it's one of those things where I personally will say, I don't love the, what is the word I want to use? The negativity around the search bar changing, because people are using it as a way to say, SEO has changed forever, blah, 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 when truly it hasn't. The only thing that has changed over the past couple of years is Google is getting even better at filtering out the spammy people and getting better at showing the people who are doing the work in search. So, which is a great thing, right? Like that is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing to have. So it's one of those, situations where I get it. I understand, like on the internet, it says that Google is changing and Google it's XYZ, Google this. But at the same rate, we also know that Google hasn't changed in 20 years. Like, let's be real, 20 plus years. And at the end of the day, we still need to just get people to trust us and publish content accordingly, and making sure that we're trying to show up in search for the human, not for Google, and leading with that. Because when you lead with that, then you get results, right? So leading with that allows you to get results, and that alone is like a huge game changer. So yes, I know the Google search bar is quote unquote different. It might look a little different for you, but just know that if you're trying to come up in AI search and that is your goal, which again, it's not, just because you don't come up in AI search does not mean someone isn't going to seek you out. They still scroll down to the regular search results, but just because you're not coming up in AI search it's not an end all be all. But also, if you want to come up in AI search, you have to do the work to do that. And that is all with SEO. All right, friends, that's all I've got for you. Short one today. I hope that helped. I hoped if you had questions around that helped you understand it a little bit better. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening. I will catch you next time.